Have you ever noticed at some point people just start treating you differently? They listen when you speak, they interrupt less, and they take you seriously, even though nothing has changed in your life directly. Same you, same personality, same resume. But there's an energy that shifted. And today I want to talk about why that happens, because it's just not about the confidence we're taught, it's subtler than that. And if you're new here, hey, I'm Jessica. I'm an executive personal assistant, lifestyle lover, and business owner. Here we talk about all things PA life, career glow-ups, hot topics, really anything that comes to mind. So if that sounds like your thing, your vibe, stick around. Now, before we get into it, I want to say that this is not a be louder conversation. It's not about dominating the room or becoming someone you're not, because we don't do that here. It's about the quiet shifts that change how people relate to you and how you react socially, professionally, or romantically. Once you notice these, you can't unsee them. So let's talk about the shifts. Get comfortable, take some notes, get your tea, your wine, whatever makes you feel comfortable, because this is going to be a good conversation. Now, the first shift is how you enter the room. Confident people don't rush when they walk into entrances. They also don't walk in apologizing for taking up space. They enter like they already belong because they already decided they do. The second shift is silence. Most people feel like they have to fill silence because they're uncomfortable, when actuality, confident people let silence sit. They answer and then they stop. They don't over-explain. They let silence fill the room. And that is okay. Sometimes you feel yourself or you notice people who just have something to say all the time, and it makes no sense at all. It's okay to let the silence fill the room and let the confidence speak, especially if you're leading it. The third shift is reacting less. Not everything needs your emotional access. Calm reacts to telling people that you're grounded, and that groundedness will help people trust you. Now, a good point to think about is you don't owe anyone instant responses. This is where your grounding work comes in. You don't want to leave people hanging, and it's perfectly okay for you to say, hey, let me think about that, let's take a beat, and I'll get back to you. The more you feel like you have to rush to get someone their answer, it may come out wrong. You may not be able to get all your points across depending the sense of urgency of the answer. But of course, if you don't know, it's perfectly okay to circle back. So always remember that your grounding and your emotional access will really help people know how to access you. Fourth shift is tone over words. You can say almost anything if your tone is calm and certain. People don't remember your wording. They remember how serious you sounded and how you make them feel. So think about a scene in a movie where there's one character when they're trying to insert their authority, or just a character in general, how their personality is usually loud. When things go wrong, they try to control by being loud and hectic and just an obnoxious person. And then on the other hand, you have someone who's calm, they move slowly. When things go crazy, for lack of a better words, they're calm, they're sitting there, they're thinking, and people actually stop and listen. And not that you want to put fear in people's hearts, but when you see that person who's just sitting there calmly and they're talking with authority, it just brings that, they just have like a stronger presence in the room, if you can understand what I'm saying. And if I can think about it, I'll give you some examples here, but there are some people exactly, you know what I'm talking about, or maybe this is even you feel like you don't have to be the loudest person in the room, or in order for you to get your point across, you don't have to be loud. It's more so about your tone and how certain and how clear you bring across your message, and that will bring actually more authority to you and more seriousness to your conversation. Now we reached a part of our chit chat, and I'm calling this part of our chit chat a segment, which will be called Read the Room, because confidence isn't about what you say, it's about what the room is responding to. But reading the room isn't always enough. You also need to know what to do after. Remember this, reading the room is about noticing patterns, not about judging yourself. Who gets interrupted, who speaks once they hold the floor, who's calm and not who's rushing. The room always shows you what they're responding to. You're at a dinner with friends and friends of friends. At first, the energy is good. Then you notice something. Every time you speak, someone talks over you. Not aggressively, not intentionally. You shorten your sentences, you laugh it off, and you keep engaging. But by the end of the night, you feel invisible. So here's what the room is actually saying. It's not that you're uninteresting. It's not that you don't belong. It's responding to cues. Rushing reads as nervous. Over-explaining reads as unsure. Staying available without space reads low stakes. Now, this is where confidence shows up. You don't have to confront, and you also don't overreact or overcorrect. It's about how you reset. You pause when interrupted. You stop in mid-sentence if needed, if you're being interrupted. And you don't rush to reclaim the space. Never rush and hurry up to finish your sentence just to reclaim that space. And you also don't let silence be the rebalance of the room. Finish what you say what you mean, and also don't, for lack of a better words, we're gonna get a little uncandid here, don't be a pushover, for lack of a better words. If you see it constantly, you're seeing this pattern, it's okay. Respectfully, remember it's about the tone too, to have that silence. Look whoever is interrupting you in the eyes and finish what you have to say, or you can, there's some respectful ways to say, good point, but let me finish what I have to say, and then we can get back to what you're saying, because it sounds good and I have some other things I'm going to talk about. Never just let it keep happening. But of course, if you notice it, say something, and remember it's about your tone. Now, that being said, when you re-enter, you're not louder, you're not faster, you're clear. And it's one sentence, one calm tone. We don't want to be a con. One calm tone, and how you don't stop. And just don't stop what your message is. And here's why it works. The room always redirects and adjusts itself to the calmest energy of the room. When you stop performing, the room redirects itself. You don't demand it, you simply make space for it. Now, throughout this whole video, if anything, I want you to leave with this: that confidence is not about becoming louder. It's about becoming clear and showing up in your best way. If you ever felt you've been overlooked or underestimated, you're not behind. You're just learning the shifts, and we're learning that together. Now, if this video has resonated with you, you know what I'm gonna ask. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, or share button. I'm still new here, so your support is greatly appreciated as we grow together. Thanks for hanging out, and of course, don't forget that work and life should both feel good. Until next time.